This is the science behind putting on weight and how your body even makes fat. Like, it's crazy to think that not more people know this. You know that because, like, yeah, I had a fair idea of how you put on weight. Like, yeah, you eat sweets and shit, and you're gonna get fat if you don't balance your diet and this kind of shit. Like, basic idea that everyone has. But when you really look into it, just not even deeply, man, just shallowly, just look up, like, how does your fucking body make fat? Not fat as in like fats in food, but how does that stored energy actually happen? How does that actually be made? So I'm gonna break it down for you, and like, once you understand this simple concept, like, you'll be much more aware of your diet and what you're putting into your body and everything, really. And I wish I knew this advice. Like, I probably did learn about it in school, but like, probably when I was really young, didn't give a fuck and didn't care and shit like that. But I feel like if I had this general knowledge and like this knowledge behind me when I was bingy and eating shit like that, like, I would probably be a bit more wary about it. Or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe because I was so fat in that state, I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to eat comfort food and this kind of shit. So, and I'm gonna explain why you will get fat in university if you live like a degenerate, basically, which like majority of people do. Majority of people live like a degenerate in university. I'm not saying that's a bad thing when it kind of is, but like, yeah, your freedom years, whatever you want to call it, whatever, man. If you're living like a degenerate, you're gonna put on weight. Maybe not become like some fat ass, yeah, like how I used to be, or how you probably are now, but you definitely want to put on weight, and it might affect your self-image and your confidence. Da 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 da. So let's simply break it down. I've looked into this, alright, and look, obviously, if you're eating high fatty foods and this kind of shit, you're gonna put on weight. But what actually is the fat? Like, stored energy, as I said, but like, where does that get created and shit? It's from sugar. Sugar makes you fat. Not like, sugar is the biggest culprit of making you fat. There's other foods, yeah, like high fat foods, like, for example, avocados, bruv. Avocados are high fat, naturally fat food, but they're not gonna make you fat. Maybe like if you overeat on avocado like 10 fucking 20 a day, yeah, on top of your diet, yeah, maybe then because you're having extra calories and that, whatever, yeah, like fat amino acids or whatever fatty acids still get turned into stored energy. But the biggest culprit of stored energy is sugar. And how does that sugar get turned into stored energy? By insulin. So let's break it down and start from right from the start. Say you got the munchies. All right, you got the munchies, you want some sugary biscuits, some squishies, some Haribos, some confectionaries, all right? They're plastered everywhere, every corner shop, even the American sweets, plastered. American sweets, don't even get me started on them. We're going to talk about English sweets for now, but they're plastered everywhere. Bright colouring, bright packaging, catch your eyes, whatever. Filled to the brim with sugar. So, you eat the sugar. What does that sugar, what does it do once it's enters your body? All right, you put it in your mouth. Yeah, it tastes nice. All right, starts, but like, you got sugar in your teeth now. Okay, you're fucking eroding your teeth, but that's the least of our worries. That's the least of our worries. Excuse me for the cold as well, man. I've been fucking sickness. Don't even let me get into the conspiracy theory of the sickness, because everyone's sick at the same time nowadays. Well, I'm not even gonna get into that. Might get shot for telling the truth about that. But look, so insulin hits your stomach. You got sugar in your system now. Sugar hits your stomach. You got sugar in your system now. Now, we all know food gets broken down. You got stomach acid in the stomach, gets broken down, gets digested. What breaks down sugar? Insulin. You've probably heard of insulin before. Insulin resistance, insulin, some shit to do with diabetes, insulin, people need insulin shots, whatever. We've all heard of that, but what does insulin actually do? Insulin has two roles, two main jobs. It breaks down sugar and turns it into energy to use for now, and any extra energy that you don't need right now, any extra sugar that you don't need right now, gets turned into fat and stored for later. You hear me now? So, what's so bad about this? What else does it do? When you eat sugar and insulin spikes, there's a fucking other hormone that insulin inhibits. And I can't remember the specifics. It's either leptin or gremlin. It's one of them. Doesn't matter. Doesn't. But what it inhibits is the hormone that gets released to tell you that you're full up. So, if you eat a high carb meal with a lot of sugar in it, for example, Domino's pizza. Yeah, you eat Domino's pizza. There's lots of carbs in it, but there's also lots of sugar in it. So, You eat the Domino's pizza, 2,000 calories minor. Do you know why? Because insulin's been spiked now. And what does insulin do? It breaks down sugar, turns into stored energy, fat, and it inhibits the hormone that tells you that you're full up. So you're not going to be full up when you eat the pizza. Obviously, when you stuff yourself to the brim and you can't fit no more food down your fucking hole, whatever, fucking throat hole for your food, yeah, you can't fit no more down that, and you're feeling sick and you just want to lie down. Yeah, that's not your body telling you you're full up. Yeah, that's you just being absolutely full to the brim. Normally what happens is, if your insulin ain't spiked, you get a nice, healthy, nutritious meal, your body tells you you're full up and you've had enough, and you're not going to overeat on it. So what actually is the problem? Now I've broken down this simple kind of process. You eat insulin and sugar gets converted to energy to be used now, stored in the liver to be used now, or gets stored for later. So you're overeating on sugar. Say you're anything like me, how I was my whole life basically, until like very recently trying to, like, my dad's always telling me allow the sugar, count the sugar. I never really understood why though, because it's just sugar. It's not like fat. It's not like I'm eating fatty foods to get fat, bro. Like you're thinking you gotta eat like bare calories, bare pizza and shit to get fat. No, like these Haribos and shit is getting you fat because it's sugar. Sugar turns you fat. Sugar makes you fat because insulin converts the energy that you don't need now into fat, and that fat is stored energy. So say you eat a lot of sugar, you spike your insulin a lot, so you got a lot of insulin right now in your body. That shit, and like you're just lying in bed, alright, it's 10 p.m, yeah, your bedtime's coming up soon, but you've just ate a fat meal. Your insulin's spiked now, the hormone that tells you you're full up is inhibited now, so you don't feel full up, you're still craving more food unless you've eaten to a sickly amount, and insulin's breaking down the sugar into stored fat, so you're getting fat right now. That's how you get fat. So like you're spiking so what you want to do, and that's where cravings come in from, shit too. So the way I think about it is, you can't spike your insulin. That's the problem. Spiking your insulin is the problem. So you want to be eating foods that don't spike your insulin. So the way you can tell the index for measuring how much a food affects your blood sugar level, because the sugar ends up in the blood and that's what insulin does its thing, yeah, it's called the glycemic load of a food. So just very simply, how do we prevent insulin spiking and shit like that? By eating low glycemic indexed food, right? So we're going to build our diet on the low glycemic food. So you can look up, there's an index online, low glycemic food. There's a lot of fucking foods on that, a lot of bullshit. And as I was scrolling through, there's some bullshit that we still wouldn't eat, even though it's on the low glycemic food. So there's a whole lot of information you've heard now. So by eating low glycemic food, your insulin's not going to be spiked during the day, or spiked very, very minimally. So what foods do spike your insulin? Carbohydrates and sugar, because carbohydrates have sugar in it. Subway sandwich, you think sandwich is healthy. Oh, let's go on Uber Eats, let's find something healthy. Subway's just a sandwich, just get that. Bro, the amount of sugar in the fucking bread, like, I'm pretty sure there was a lawsuit. Subway can't call the bread no more because it's got as much sugar as a fucking cake in it. It's fucking ridiculous. So once you eat that, you spike your insulin, you're gonna feel tired now. You're gonna have no energy, you're gonna feel tired now. You spiked your insulin and you're lying down now. Because that's what carbs do, that's what sugar does, it just makes you feel tired. It doesn't give you that energy throughout the day, like that slow release digestion and shit like that. It don't give you that. It just spikes your insulin, bro. Look, this is the problem, spiking the insulin. You can't be spiking insulin. It's like, say you've woken up today, you're sticking to your diet, but then like you missed the time to eat, or maybe an hour late to eat your first meal of the day, and you're getting a bit craving now, so you're just walking down, you see the shops, you're like, let me have a quick look in the shop, bro. That's the biggest mistake though, because no matter what you pick from Tesco, yeah, all my life, bro, even a meal deal, whatever, fuck meal deals. First of all, fuck meal deals. If you're eating meal deals, you're a fucking dickhead for eating a fucking meal deal. You're a fucking twat for eating meal deals. I got no fucking sympathy. I'm calling myself a twat too, because sometimes I have a fucking meal deal, try and make it healthy, and no, fuck off with the meal deals. It's fucking bullshit. Alright, but look, you gotta hear me out, man. Look, your diet has to be low glycemic food now, and it's very simple to eat low glycemic food. It's single ingredient foods, and we're obviously hitting the gym. If you're watching my channel, then you should be hitting the gym. If you're not, you're a pussy and you should start. If you're considering not to, you're like, oh, I'm too tired right now, or like, I got too much going on, I got exams now. Blood, I got exam in 2 days, you know what I'm saying? I'm still going gym, you know what I'm saying? But look, man, like, the food you want to be eating is high protein, low glycemic food. And the thing is, high protein foods don't even have a glycemic index on it. Glycemic fucking number, whatever. Saying a lot of glycemic, whatever. Get this fucking word implanted in your brain. You can't spike your insulin. If you spike your insulin during the day, you basically fucked up. You're gonna get cravings now, day after day after day now, like yesterday. Since you got that sugar spike, you're gonna be craving that. There's dopamine at the same time, man. But yeah, so be very careful with spiking your insulin. So I keep fucking up my train of thought, man. Sorry guys, sorry about that. Sorry if the video is just a bit jumpy up and downy. But yeah, so you want to be focusing on high protein, low glycemic food. So low glycemic food, for example, is like avocado. And then your diet wants to consist of like mainly protein, so eggs, steak, chicken, that kind of shit. Like you want to have a very, very, very simple diet. Like just be cutting very simple. My diet is trying to be now is literally cheese, avocado, eggs, chicken, and red meat, steak. That's literally it. 5 things. You can count that shit on your fingers. That's all I'm gonna eat. That's all I'm gonna eat, because you understand, once you stop spiking your insulin, your body's not gonna make fat no more. Your body don't make fat no more if you don't spike your insulin and have that extra energy source. Like, bruv, you understand how crazy this is? Because I used to go shop and buy biscuits, chocolate, sweets as well, and a drink. And maybe some like ice cream too if I felt like replace. Look, that's like the trio. You need the biscuit, you need chocolate, you need Haribo's too, like one of them gelatin kind of sweets, whatever. That was the balance, because like if I have too many biscuits, I'm gonna feel like a bit of chocolate, then I'm gonna feel like a bit of the Haribo's. You know what I'm saying? This was like the balance. This is the fucking thing I was doing. So go buy that Tesco, go home, sugary drink as well, yeah, and then lie on my fucking bed and just watch some YouTube and watch some bullshit like that. So what's all that energy that I've eaten now doing? Like maybe a bit of energy to walk to the shop and back, but then what fucking, once that's been used up from the sugar that I ate, what's the rest of the sugar doing? Insulin's been spiked, fucking gremlin or leptin's been fucking inhibited now, so I don't feel fuller. I want to overeat on it now, and the extra sugar that I'm eating is going to be produced into fat as stored energy. So if I'm doing that every day, you can imagine like the build up till I'm fat. Then one day you realize like, what the fuck's happened? You know what I mean? So that's how you gain weight. It's not an overnight process. It's days and days of consistently eating carbohydrates with a lot of sugar in it. This is why you cut carbs out your fucking diet, man. I'm tired of people saying, oh, you need carbs. Whenever I tell people my fucking diet, people telling me, oh, but you need carbs for the energy. Yeah, maybe you need carbs for the energy if you're trying to be fucking top bodybuilding, you're going to absolute failure and you're pushing hard. But bruv, you don't want to be spiking your fucking insulin, because then your body's going to be making fat. And if you're trying to lose fat, why would you want your body to be making fat? You're going to overeat on the protein, steak, the eggs and shit, because that's got a low glycemic load. So no matter what, even if you overeat it, if you go a bit over your cutting calories for the day, you're not going to be producing fat on the level of eating carbohydrates during the day. You get it? It's that simple. So when your body's not producing fat, now the days of consecutively not producing fat and going gym and training hard and doing cardio, they add up, and eventually you would lose the weight and you have that fucking physique that you wanted all this time. It's literally like that. Like, weight loss is not a fast thing. It's slow, it's long, you got to be consistent with it. It's going to test your self-image, you test your self-doubt. It's going to be long, tough and hard, but you got to keep pushing through it. Like the amount of self-doubt I've had, the amount of research I've been doing, like watching bare videos online and shit like that, just so I can make sure I'm on the right path, I'm stay on the right track, like what I'm doing is right. And the amount of days I messed up too, like having a wrong meal and that, you know what I mean, that's completely normal. All you got to do is stay on track, stay on the right track, man. You got to think of it like a stock market chart. Like each day, plot your stock market. Like 10 out of 10 days, if you've done everything, you ate perfectly, you've done everything you wanted to, you stuck to the plan. But then lower day, say the stock market opens lower the next day because the day before yesterday you had an unproductive day, get that back up to 10. Like think of your days like stock market, and you can plot each day 365. Yeah, I don't know why people don't do this. Like I literally had a genius idea of writing in my journal like the time at the bottom, days, and then on the left like a fucking linear axis chart, whatever, line, what dot across diagram, I don't fucking remember, bro. Just literally you've got the how productive a day is on the left side, and then on the bottom days, the amount of days that's passed. So just give yourself a day rate and you can see it like a stock market. This is how you can see if the rut's coming, because you've got consecutively lower days, then you can see you're in a rut, then you want to bounce back, buy low, sell high, basically, you get it? So yeah, and now look, let me break on a point of why you're gonna get fat in uni. You always hear alcohol gets you fat, alcohol this, but like I never understood why. It's just a drink, like what, maybe there's sugar in it and maybe this, but there's a bigger problem to it. You gotta understand. You see, when you drink alcohol's poison, but that's not the worst part. Look, hear me out. Alcohol's poison. So your body wants to get rid of that first. It's going to prioritize digesting that, getting rid of that over the kebab you just ate, right? Because the kebab is just food, but this is poison in your body. You want to get rid of it. So say you're on a night out and you drank a lot, that's all in your stomach, but now you're hungry, now you want kebab. You eat fatty kebab, chips, bear sauce on top of that. You have that. That's just going to sit in your stomach, yeah, while your body's digesting the alcohol. So what do you think's happening then? This is how you're getting fat in uni, man, because you got all that energy, and all that energy is being stored now because your body's digesting the alcohol, trying to get rid of the alcohol. So now it's late at night, you just had a fat kebab, 2 a.m, you're getting home and you pass out in your bed. So you're going to sleep on a full stomach, your body's digesting the alcohol, and yeah, where do you think all that fucking food that you ate, all that energy is going? Straight onto your waistline, blood. So you can see now, you see the way I was living in first semester, going out weekly minimum, even like 2 times, 3 times, you're getting smashed, getting fucked up. Because it's fun getting fucked up, man. It's fun escaping the reality of life, because the reality of life sucks. Because you've been so inconsistent, been living like a fucking dickhead. Yeah, and then you just keep going down and spiral, man. It's lucky like 2025 really hit me hard, because I realised how fucking stupid I was. Like, I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, I'm 20 years old, I still look like this, blood. I was fat when I was 16, like at my peaks at 16, like, I made progress, but then I fucked all my progress back up. And this is why I'm on it now. This is why I'm so hard on it now. And this is why I'm showing the internet, showing my people. I'm trying to find my people, man. Fuck the haters, bro. I'm still getting haters. I got more haters than love right now. I got called a hairy lesbian fucking other day. I found it funny. I didn't get offended like, I'm gonna cut my hair. I found it funny because, like, that's energy, man. Thanks for watching the video, you dickhead. Thanks for watching the video and calling me hairy lesbian. That's engagement, and that's energy. Man spent his time watching. I finally get it now when you hear all these influencers talking about haters and this. I don't give a fuck when influencers talk about that. But now I'm influencer, yeah. Yeah, like, it comes with it. It comes with it. And you know what? Like, thanks to all the influencers talking about, because I get it now and brush it off, man. Doesn't mean shit to me. Doesn't mean shit to me, man. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep focusing on the fucking goal. I'm going to take you, man, along with me. I'm going to give you this fucking advice, man. This is the best advice you're going to hear. So this is why you're going to get fat at uni, just on the alcohol context and eating out. This is why, because if you do that consecutively, you can imagine, plus the shit diet that you're eating on top of it, plus the munchies, like, going throughout the day. Like, if you got a girl from her, I'd be like, we'd be walking, I'd be like, fuck it, let's get some munchies, bro. But our favourite drink's KA, grape KA or the fruit punch KA, bro. There's sugar in that. So you're having that, then a bit of munchies to share together. Like, yeah, you're sharing that at least, but like, what is that sugar doing? That sugar's spiking your insulin. You're going to be tired now. I don't know exactly why you get tired. I forgot, really. But the most important thing is you spike your insulin, lowers the leptin, gremlin, whatever. Yeah. And yeah, that fucking sugar gets turned into fat. It's the sugar that turns into fat. So avoid sugar at all costs. Low glycemic load food. And you're not going to produce fat no more. If you're eating sugar, you're making fat. You get it? So this is the science behind how your body makes fat. And if you understand this, then your diet should be easy after this, because you'll know, like, alright, just be honest with yourself when you're having a cheat day and like you're being inconsistent with your diet and that. But you should know, like, you should think twice before you get that sausage roll from Greggs, yeah, before you get that sandwich, that meal deal, before you get that sugary drink, yeah. Don't just think, oh, it's sugary, like, people say don't drink sugary food. Why don't you drink the sugary food? Why don't you drink the sugary drink? Because it will spike your insulin, and that energy that you haven't used throughout the day gets turned into fat. And think about how much sugar is in all the foods in the normal diet. Like, you start your day off with the fucking sugary cereal. You spiked your insulin for the day already. You probably put sugar in your tea in the morning. Just a sign of the best builder tea, yeah. You put the tea bag in, put a splash of milk, and that's it. That's the nicest tea. Keep the tea bag in too, have it nice and strong, but it's fucking dank, and that's how I like to drink my tea. I can't drink it with sugar, I like it like that. And like, think about like lunchtime, oh, you got a sandwich, maybe a bit of fruit, but then like for dessert you get a chocolate bar, or meal deal, you can get a chocolate bar with your meal deal. So you got a sugary drink, like energy drink, for example, fucking chocolate bar and sandwich or some pasta, bro. Fucking check the ingredients on that. You want to be eating single ingredient diet, low glycemic food, and yeah, very, very simple diet. Have the same fucking shit every day. This is not just for now. This is not just for weight loss. This is for your whole life. Alright, this is the key to everything. You don't spike your insulin. You don't. I don't know why schools and, oh, well, we can have an educated guess why they don't teach you this shit. You can have an educated guess why supermarkets don't push this shit and just sell low glycemic food because it's healthier. Because it's all money and it's all this fucking bullshit. So break free, escape the matrix if you want to fucking call that, because it's literally matrix, yeah. And eat just for nutrition. Eat just for your your body's needs, and you're an athlete now, so you're gonna eat for protein and natural fats, keto diet. This is it, man. Low glycemic food. This is it. So thanks for watching, guys. You can check the link in the description. I've got my emergency protocol. If you need to change your life now, it's an emergency. Grab the emergency protocol. Go check it out, man. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.